Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. So, I'm going to try to make a Monday thing every week to talk about something um, that I love sharing and supporting people with because I have an array of different areas. So, if you don't know me, my name is Shelly Gronseth. I am a holistic natural mama. I am also 34 weeks pregnant. And today I wanted to talk about boundaries and energy protection. Hey girls, thanks for joining. So I had a thought the other night because thanks. I got actually time to put on a little bit of makeup, so I feel a little fresh. Didn't get out of my pajamas until like 2:00, but that's stay-at-home mom life and pregnancy life and embracing all of it. But I want to talk about boundaries today because for the longest time, I did not have very clear boundaries. And that is what I've realized was kind of holding me back with a lot of things. And it kind of sounds, like I said, not just for hippies, protecting your energy, protecting your boundaries is so very important. I just last week did a whole mental health awareness educational series where I learned a lot more about different things and how to incorporate them into your life and how to move forward and not be stuck and really use our mindset and our tools to move forward and clear those negative boundaries and create new ones so you can just thrive. So talking about boundaries is while I do this here, I'm going to put a little balance in my hands. When you start working on boundaries, it might be difficult at first, and it really was for me because we have these old family patterns stuck in our subconscious that are very hard to break, right? So we were brought up a certain way, whether we realize it or not, and it's really hard to, when you specifically start your own family, to create new boundaries that are healthy and for anyone, not just for family members, but for friends, for anything, when you're kind of coming into your own. And I've realized this more and more, like as I became a mom, and now I'm becoming a mom a second time, and just creating your own life in this whole crazy world of everything that's going on. So you want to have clear boundaries. So I did it kind of backwards than what I'm going to share with you. But what I did first was I made a roller ball to help with my boundaries because my mind wasn't strong enough to create those boundaries. So I needed that additional support first instead of starting with your mindset. So ones that I would recommend doing if you want to start like the correct way is to just first start being aware of your boundaries and how you're feeling and protecting your energy because that's so important. For the longest time, I would anytime someone texted me or called me or anything, I would have this urgency to have to respond to them, pick up the phone. If someone said, hey, can you come over? I'd be like, yes, even though it wasn't serving me and it was draining me essentially. But I learned to be mindful and not to say yes all the time. So sometimes someone will call me, and if I'm not in the correct energy mindset space to protect my energy, whether it be someone who fills my energy or depletes my energy, I just have learned to say no because I really just need to honor my energy and my mood. If I'm not in the mood or have the right energy to talk to anyone or talk to someone or go on live or message with someone, help them get started, then I don't, because you have to honor yourself, honor what you're feeling, the emotions, and roll with it, because otherwise you're just going to keep getting stuck in those old patterns and your energy is not going to be able to be protected, and you're not going to be able to set those boundaries. So first of all, be mindful, like I said. So be mindful that like when you're around a certain person, or if you're in a certain place, a certain store, a certain anything, how you're feeling, right? So I know for me specifically, at times when I'm at certain places or with certain people or around even certain animals, like, I know it sounds crazy, but I can sometimes literally feel my energy being depleted. Like it feels like it's draining out of my body, out of my feet. I know that sounds wild, but since I've been so in tune with myself, because I did the oils prior to doing this mindset shift, I've been able to really feel when my energy is being depleted. In the past, I wouldn't really notice it. So for example, at my baby shower, specifically, I remember, I didn't go into it thinking of protecting my energy because I wasn't in this mindset. So when I do big things that just kind of suck the energy out of me, whether it be something positive or something negative, I really have to pay attention, because my energy will be depleted, and then I'll go home and be super cranky. And no one wants that. No one wants your energy depletion to affect your relationships or your kids or anything like that. So you need to be super mindful of where and when and who and what times a day you feel your energy being depleted. Certain seasons, certain months, certain days, certain weeks, whatever it may be. Just be mindful of when you feel like your energy is being depleted. So that's the first step, just being mindful of it and recognizing if you come home from a certain place, or come home from hanging out with someone, or come home from whatever, and you feel really, really off, that could be a sign that your energy was depleted. You did not have good boundaries with that person, with that location, with that event, anything. Check in with yourself, because you need to clear the negative energy and to be able to move forward, because outside influences shouldn't affect us as much as they do. For example, what's going on, but they do, and it's awful, and you don't want that to continually happen. So that's kind of why I personally did the oil protocol first, because my mind wasn't strong enough, which I hate admitting that, but it's the truth. So number one, be mindful of how you're feeling, your emotions, and all that, because we can't move forward if we have outside influences affecting us. You know, if someone's saying, or we're hearing the media say, or we're hearing things on social media, you'll never get that job, you'll never do this, you'll never do this, we're not going to be able to move forward. We need to set that boundary. Hey, I'm not going to listen to you. I know what I'm capable of. I don't want the approval of others. I don't need the approval of others. I know how I want to live my life and what I desire out of my life. That you need to first be mindful, then set those boundaries, and then you can flourish into who you're meant to be. So that's what I've really, really been working on, specifically this pregnancy. I don't know why. It's something that I really started to be more aware of. So the past 8 months, 8.5, whatever. So that's just been something that I've been mindful of, and that I'm learning not to wait on the approval of others, not to focus on, let me see if it's well received by social media, then that's a good decision. No, it doesn't matter if it's well received by social media. It doesn't matter if someone doesn't think it's a good idea. It's something that I desire for my heart, for my family, for my life, that I don't need the approval of others. I can say no and set those boundaries. So by setting those boundaries, you may think, I'm going to drive all these people away. I'm going to drive away my social life, whatever. But it's actually the opposite. So when you set the boundaries, you're not shutting people out of your life. you're actually increasing the quality of your relationship with that person. So I've learned that, and I've noticed that as I've taken these steps, first with the oil protocol and second doing the mindset shift, is my relationships are increasing because they're deeper relationships. They're not just, they're not, I don't know what the word is. I can't think of it, but they're deeper, more meaningful relationships. And I love the relationships I'm having with so many of my new friends and my family, because it's so amazing to see that once I've set these boundaries in place, the amount of abundance of relationships that I'm having, like the abundance of superficial, yes, thank you, Melanie, like the all these relationships are coming in that are so amazing, and that I've wished my entire life to have a relationship like this with this person, or like this, or like this. So, and you'll also notice when you work on these boundaries, you will notice that people won't come to you with all of their problems and dump all their junk on you, because you're setting that boundary. And it's weird to see, and it's hard to explain, but once you start putting the protocol in into practice, the oils or just the mindset stuff that I'm sharing, you'll notice the boundaries. It's like an invisible boundary that people aren't going to come to you and just dump all their negative energy, because they know you're not going to tolerate that. They know that you're not just a catch-all, and you want a more meaningful relationship, not just, like Melanie said, a superficial relationship. So that's just really powerful and really important. So that is like just scratching the surface on boundaries and mindset. I have so many different things I want to go into, but I want to keep this kind of short and concise and kind of an intro to what I've been doing for boundaries and protecting my energy. So being mindful, drawing that line, clearing the negative energy, saying no to certain situations or people, and not waiting for the approval of others, moving forward, living the desires of your heart, of your life, and honoring your mood and your energy. So besides those, I wanted to, of course, add some oils into this. So what I did was I first made the rollerball protocol from Desiree's book. I don't even want to try to pronounce her last name because I'm going to butcher it. But this is called I Am Fabulous. It's blends for emotional well-being. So there's so many different blends in here. I don't even know how many, but there's blends for every different type of situation. So I first did the boundaries blend. Now, boundaries help you set it helps you to set a clear and definite boundary with others. This blend is excellent if you believe you're a pushover who says yes to everything and has a hard time saying no. Some commitments are meant to say yes, but there are more activities that we are meant to say no to. So most people have a difficult time saying no to those who they care deeply about. But the opinions of others do not define who you are. That's so important to remember, because for the longest time I was a people pleaser. Like, oh, if I say no to them, then they're not going to like me, or they're not going to want to invite me to other things. So I was a pushover in many situations like that, which is why I started with this protocol and then implemented the mindset, which I recommend either doing them both together, or I guess it doesn't matter, but that's what I did. So boundaries help to protect you from letting in people who may not have the best intentions. For example, those who take advantage steal energy. Like I said, they could literally drain your energy and then cause problems with your family, you being a mom, your workplace, dump their life problems, lie, and have bad hearts. So this helps to enhance the love and beauty between friends and family that have the best intentions for us. So I love, like I said, after I've been doing this boundary and energy protection, not only the protocol, but just the mindset shift the things that I mentioned, it has helped to enhance my friends and family relationships who have the best intentions for me and I for them. So, also say hi if you're watching. I get so into all this and I forget to be like, hey, say hi, drop an emoji, #replay. So the blend that I did, I think I'll just post a picture of it in the comments because instead of just reading it. But there's 2 specific oils that I want to mention that are extremely inexpensive that help with boundaries. So the first one is Melaleuca or tea tree. I actually have it in a roller. So what you're going to want to do, and I did this earlier because my daughter was pushing my boundaries and draining my energy. I know that's awful to say because I love being a mom, but it happens. So literally I grabbed my Melaleuca tea tree roller ball. It's pre-diluted, super easy. And I put it on my throat, the back of my neck, and in my elbow creases. And prior to doing this, I had this pressure on my chest, this lump in my throat, I feel like she's suffocating me. And I don't know how much longer I can take this day. And as soon as I did this, I hate saying that because I love being a mom. I love being a stay-at-home mom. I love doing what I'm doing. But y'all get me if you're a mom. So I did this and I literally could feel myself being relaxed, chilled out, and was like, okay, let me do what I need to do to protect myself so I can be a better mom, a better coworker, a better girlfriend, a better boyfriend, a better whatever. So that's something that's so simple that you could do. And it really, really, really is powerful. And if you're not really in tune with your body, you may not be able to feel the power or the effects that I'm explaining, but it's really powerful. So you may do it and may not realize what's happening, or after a while you may realize what's happening. But so by doing that, you are removing the negative energy and clearing the energy, and then you're going to build your protection. So you can also diffuse Melaleuca, which will also help. If you're trying to get rid or purge a bunch of things of the negative energy or anything in your home, you can diffuse. You can diffuse Melaleuca, and that will help with that also. So there's that one. And then lemongrass is another extremely inexpensive oil, but is extremely powerful. This one I talk a lot about for pain, but it's also really, really good for clearing the negative energy. Diffusing it will help with that and protecting your energy. So what you can literally do is take some, put it on your wrists, and then this is kind of wild, put it on the top of your head. And like I said, this will remove the negative energy, clear the negativity, and then you can start building that protection and boundaries. So Melaleuca and lemongrass, either in a roller or oil, is extremely helpful. So like I said, I'm going over the oily protocol that I used for boundaries and protection. But I did go over in the beginning of the video a bunch of mindset stuff that I did that you can do at home for absolutely free. If you want to message me and talk to me more in depth about it, I'd love to share more things that I look out for in protecting my boundaries and when I'm clearing my energy and protecting my energy. So like I said, there's an entire protocol that you can make a roller for. And I have the recipe here. I'll post it in the comments for a little freebie. And it explains why we use each oil. So it has clove, melaleuca, marjoram, cedarwood, cinnamon, and lime. But like I said, if you don't have all those, melaleuca is the most important, and clove would be the second most important. So, like I'm just going to read, for example. So melaleuca helps to create boundaries that allow for healthy relationships to enter your space and keeps out dysfunctional relationships. So it's just helping you set that boundary subconsciously, which is really powerful, whether you believe that oils do this or not. I do, and I've seen it, felt it, experienced it. So it's just super amazing. So it explains what each oil does and how it works. But so like I said, by doing this, incorporating the oils into your routine, you are going to increase your intuition, which is why I think I did the oils first, because it increased my intuition to be able to realize when my energy was being drained, what it felt like, how to clear that negative energy and the ill will from people and the fear and all this going on. Not saying yes, not being a pushover, not waiting for the approval of others, all that. It helped me to be more intuitive of that. I know people are like, oh, intuitive, you're a hippie. No, it's not. It's not like that. It's just being in tune with your body. So like I said, I will post that recipe. And then I wanted to mention a couple others. So lemongrass and melaleuca are super important, but there's also two more that I would really recommend. So On Guard, it's the protective blend, and protective for a certain reason. So this will help to protect yourself from those negative boundaries without you even realizing it. And it has clove in it, just like this recipe mentions. So you take your roller, roll it on the back of your neck, roll it on your throat, and it'll help to increase your intuition and how your body's feeling. Set those boundaries, set the line in the sand, protect your energy, and move forward and take care of yourself. One last little piece of oily advice I'm going to leave you with. I didn't want to share all this because I didn't want to overwhelm you, but Tara's Shield, which I believe I left with my sister. So I think my sister has it. It's a blend that is used for it's the outdoor blend. That's what it's called. I was spacing out for a minute. It's the outdoor blend that is used to protect yourself from bugs and pests and things like that. And I cannot find it in my book. But anyway, so that, it's called Tara's Shield. That is also a fabulous oil for protecting your energy whenever you go into a large crowd, an event, or anything like that. You want to either use Tara's Shield, On Guard, melaleuca, lemongrass. Siberian fir is another good one. There's several that I would recommend, but this one protocol is what helped me specifically. And like I said, I will post it in the comments for you for free. Because there's so many different other recipes in this book that if you want to chat, I can help set you up so you can make some of these. There's blends for hope, abundance, empowering, blends for your heart, blends for letting go, blends for inspiration. It's super, super amazing. But so first, like I said, I just want you to realize that setting boundaries is super important. And I wish I learned it sooner than 29 years old, but I didn't, and that's okay. But it's made my life so much better and has increased my intuition to my body and my body's responses, which has in turn helped with my mental health. So thank you for those who have stuck with me through this entire video. I truly appreciate it. I just urge you to work on the energy protection, especially with what's going on. We can get so drained from all this negative noise going on that we really need to protect ourselves. And if you don't think your mind is strong enough to do the mindset and checking in with yourself first, like I wasn't, try some oils with it. Because, like I said, whether you believe it or not, you don't have to believe it, but it works. So message me with any questions. I know this video was packed full of information. Please message me with any questions. I would love to share more about different situations with you and what I use. And I would love to help you get started with some energy protective oils if that's something that speaks to your heart. Message me, share this video with someone that you thinks need boundaries or want to create a boundary with. So, like I said, thank you for watching. Please share #replay and protect your energies, protect your boundaries. Oh, you can also make a spray of this. Side note. If you want to if you're not into saging, clearing the air, I do that every once in a while, but it's kind of with a toddler, like lighting the sage, it's just too much sometimes. I make a spray with it and I spray it around my house. Like I said, you can make your roll it on your solar plexus, roll it on your wrists, easy peasy done. So message me with any questions, live purposely natural, and I will talk to you all soon. Thank you. Bye.